Hello everyone, and welcome to today's Teen Times video lecture on how to give a persuasive presentation. Today we are going to look at issue number 566. The section is Always, headline news, and the title of the article is Bidding a Final Farewell. My name is Vincent, and I will be your host for today. Okay. Before getting into the topic of debate, the debate question, let's talk about the article. Here's some background information. In the article, it talks about how An Jung-hwan was a talented player. He will always be remembered in Korean football, or Korean soccer that is, as one of the most astonishing, talented players in the game. An made many contributions, even though Korea did not ever win any kind of medal in the World Cup or in the Olympics. An played since 2012 in France and Germany and many other international events. He announced that he's retiring at the age of 36. He has a very wide breadth of experiences, but he believes he is too old and his body cannot keep up with the pace the game is going today. There are too many new young players, and An believes that it is his time to walk away from the sport. Obviously, An is not completely walking away. He's only not going to play, but he still wants to be involved in helping out to make Korean soccer, Korean football, better than before. Here's today's question for debate. Should people be forced to retire at a certain age? Pretty simple. Yes or no. But always have good reasoning, right? I firmly believe that setting rules on mandatory retirement has many benefits and advantages. It's a good thing. There should be an age limit for every job or every place in the workplace, every job in the workplace. In Korea, it is law that in big companies, people retire at the age of about 65. They work for many years, and it is law that all people should retire at that age. So let's talk about the people who are aging. For the aging, those who are reaching that age of retirement. First thing I want to talk about is physical health. Your body is not always as strong as it was before. The older you get, the weaker your body becomes. This is most of the time very true. The young you is always more healthy than the old you. Now, as your physical health gets worse, you cannot do certain responsibilities that you had before. So, people who have a back pain or certain pain should start thinking about leaving the workplace, whether it is in a big company or a sport. Retiring could also help the team in the end. Some people, like An, think that they are not able to do the same things the job requires, like playing soccer. An believes his physical condition is not good enough or is not as good as other players, especially the young ones that are going to the national team. He might hold back the other players and not score goals and not do as good as a team could without him. Same thing goes in the workplace, in a company. There also needs to be a transition of power. People need to move up the ladder. He was the captain of the national team. He was very respected, but there always needs to be a new captain, right? So you're not always going to be the best at what you do. Someone will eventually come and take your place. Everybody needs to realize that. And to leave a proper legacy that is not tarnished and tainted, you must leave at the right time. It is best to leave on a good note than on a bad note. Now, in regards to the future, for the future, when I talk about the future, I'm talking about the younger generations, those who are going to take the place of those who are retiring, Those who retire have to do so in order to make room for the younger generations. They cannot stay in their positions, right, which may be a very respected and high position, for too long. If they do so, then the team or the organization or whatever it may be can get hurt. To develop the team, company, or organization, whatever it may be, to develop it, you must bring in new faces, new talent, new skills. Fresh faces are always good to a team, especially in sports. Being an example is also important. On had a certain timeline. He played since 2000 for the national team. He did certain things that were very important in the sport, and many people respect him and see him as one of the best soccer players of Korea. This is because he did certain things. If he goes on and maybe plays again at this age and with his physical condition, he may ruin his legacy by performing very poorly. If you show the younger generations how to do things, doing this, winning these games, how to play, and then ending it at a certain point where it is ideal, then other players can follow you and do the same thing. And it goes in a circle, and everybody else follows that process. And we know, like all good things, it has to come to an end. All good things have to come to an end. Although On, his performance in the past was very beneficial and helpful for the national soccer team, if he plays any longer, it can be a risk to the team and to himself as well. What do you think? Should there be a retiring age for everything you do? Sports, your job, being involved in certain things? Or should people be allowed to do things for as long as they want? Try to think of a persuasive argument. Talk to a partner. Talk to a friend. Well, that wraps up today's lecture. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time.